Yo, how's everyone doing tonight? Thanks for joining this impromptu live stream. I know that there is another live stream that typically happens on Wednesday nights, but I was thinking it's probably time to give a little update on the giveaway, and no better time to do it than the night before it ends. So, for those of you who just joined, if you're not familiar with what I've got going on, I'm currently giving away the Ultimate Grilling Package, which is a $1,700 Camp Chef package. It's got a Camp Chef woodwind Wi-Fi. It's got a sidekick. It's got a pizza oven. It's got the deluxe barbecue box. It's got the griddle. We've got a cover for it. We've got an apron, the pizza peel and kit, and we also are giving you 2 bags of pellets. So for those of you who are unaware about that, I have a link down in the description in terms of how you get that. I'll also post a link here. Let me grab that right now. So there you go. Down in the chat, you will see the link. If you have not already signed up, it is free to sign up. There are some basic qualifications. You have to be a US citizen, you have to be 18 years of age or older, and you have to live in the lower 48 states of the United States. Then the only other thing you need to do is be a subscriber of my channel. Now, if you already meet all of those qualifications, I just want to remind you, you still have to go to the link that I put in the chat. It's also in the description. It's on my Facebook. It's on my Instagram. It's on my TikTok. I've got it posted everywhere. You still have to go there and you still have to enter. Now, I'm giving you other ways to enter, which are all listed on that giveaway page. And at the end of the day, you could walk away with 9 tickets or entries to my giveaway. And tomorrow night at 8:59 p.m., that is Thursday, August 4th at 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is over. We will no longer be taking any entries, and I will be picking a winner shortly after that. Now, like I said in the previous live stream, if you didn't catch it, I will not be drawing it live because I want to do my best to make sure that whoever is drawn is a legitimate that they're qualified essentially. So I will record it. I'll screen record it. I'll throw cameras on it just so you can see that it's all legitimate. You could see the name that I draw, but I will take some time to make sure and verify that they were eligible to win. I don't want to put anyone's name out there until I know for certain that they won. So with that being said, I see we've got 40 plus people in here. Thanks for joining. Take the time to hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's chat. There are some things that I do want to update about the giveaway. Now, when I talked about it 2 weeks ago, when I announced the giveaway, I told you that the shipping was going to be directly from my house to yours, and some things have changed, but that part is still true. I spoke with Camp Chef, I think the day after the live stream or the following week. They loved what I was doing. They are 100% on board and they're ready to welcome one of you to the Camp Chef family. And at the end of the day, they're looking to promote the craft of backyard barbecue, the togetherness, the family aspect of it. And so they wanted to help out, and they will be covering the shipping costs from my house to yours or whoever wins. So just want to let you know that they are now involved and that they are covering the shipping, and it's a burden off of my shoulders, that's for sure. Let me take a look at the chat here. See, we've got 57, and hey, thanks everyone for joining tonight. Unlike last live stream, I actually poured myself some bourbon tonight. I've got some Woodford doubled oak, and cheers, everybody. I see we got some familiar faces in the chat here. I'm going to scroll back through, see how everyone's doing here. Matt, thanks for joining. Hey, Scotty. I see 805 Barbecue Junkie. I see Iman. I see Rob from Hell Yeah Kimball's Barbecue, Triple B's Barbecue, Bobby, Kelly, Judge Webb. We got a lot of people in the chat tonight. Lep, Anthony, thanks everyone for joining. So just again, I will post the link to the giveaway. If you've got any questions, we still have just about 24 hours and a few minutes left to enter. So if you have not entered yet, or you haven't maxed out your entries up to 9 total entries, be sure to do so between now and then, because I will be picking a winner tomorrow evening, and it could be you. So you're going to want to have the greatest chances possible. So let's talk. How's everybody doing tonight? Nate Rose, how's the double oak? Got the Woodford Reserve regular. The double oak is one of my favorites. I really do like the real wood notes, the oakiness. That's why I like Oak and Eden. I liked Basil Hayden Toast, even though that one's a little on the weaker side. I do like that toasted aspect. I even have an Elijah Craig toasted barrel, but I haven't opened it yet. Saving that for kind of a special occasion, since that's like a fancy bottle. Smoking Joe, hey Joe. Sorry if I'm stealing your Hump Day live stream. Kind of an impromptu thing. Wanted to talk about the giveaway. Give everyone one last reminder that it is ending tomorrow, so I won't keep people too long. I'm looking here. Chris, did my first pork butt this past weekend. Turned out fantastic. Meat Church Gospel and Honey Hog. 200 degrees for 15 hours. Took your advice and did fat cap up. Awesome. Awesome. I will be honest, I used to do a lot of low and slow. In fact, I did most everything low and slow. But over the past, I would say 8 to 10 months, I have been leaning more towards the hot and fast. I've been cooking 275, 300, like up in that direction, just because it speeds up the process. And, I've been super busy. It's hard to dedicate, like you said, 15 hours to do a cook, especially when I'm filming. So, I've been doing the hot and fast, but there's nothing wrong with that. Definitely enjoy those low and slow as well. I see some comments about golden barbecue sauce, the Carolina Gold mustard base. I do like that from time to time. It depends on what is going on. Obviously, pork is great on that. It depends for me, honestly. Todd, love watching your barbecue show. You taught me a lot. Well, I'm glad, because that's what I'm here for. I was a beginner, and to be honest with you, sometimes I still feel like I'm a beginner. I'm always trying to learn and better my craft and prepare better food to share with everybody. So, I am going from the ground up from that entry level, and I'm taking as many people along on the ride as possible. And I'm glad that you're part of it, Todd. Alejandro headed out for cruise this weekend. So when I win, hold the camp chef for me, making a brisket right now when I come back. Well, Alejandro, I hope that if you are the winner, or anyone who ever wins at least has contact through email, because you have 5 days to respond after I announce the winner. After I say that you have won and I reach out to you, you have 5 days. And I'm doing this because I ran a giveaway last year and I didn't get a response from someone from 8 months. And the first response that I got was, where's my prize? Well, they didn't even give me their shipping address. So because I didn't answer, it's kind of hard to ship anything when you don't answer. So we're limiting this to 5 days. After I reach out, you have to respond. And I will give you 5 full days, 5 times 24, whatever that is. I'm not doing the math off the top of my head. I'm drinking. But 5 complete entire 24-hour days I will give you to respond. And from there, if you don't respond, I apologize. I have to move on. It's just the way that we've structured this giveaway. It makes the most sense to do that. Oh, it's a 5-day cruise. Well, do you have access to your email? I mean, I'm assuming there's Wi-Fi on the boat, right? All right. I see a few good luck to everyone. I agree. Good luck. Eric Cornell, he is one of my channel members. If you are not a channel member, I can tell you right now, it is extremely cheap. I run it at $1.99 a month. You get early access, you get priority responses to your comments. I respond to every single comment that a channel member gives or asks or anything of that nature. You also get the cool little badge that tells everybody that you are a channel member. I will be enhancing some of those features as we go on, but right now it's early access and priority comments are the two biggest things. And for those of you who are members, I did post a video. It is available to members only. I took my smoked shotgun shell video and I redid it in a more deluxe format. I used better ingredients, more ingredients, and I did things just a little bit differently. And I'm going to tell you, it's night and day difference from the first one to this one, and we enjoyed the first one. So just imagine what this new deluxe recipe is going to be like. And it's still very simple, still not very time consuming, but we just did it better. I took them to a party. It was a housewarming party on Saturday, and it was knockdown drag out. People loved it, which was great to hear. But yes, I started talking about channel members because Eric asked a question. Have you ever used a charcoal pellets instead of hardwood? So yes, I've used several of them, and I will be completely blunt with you on my answer. So Pit Boss charcoal pellets, didn't notice a difference. When they were burning, I could smell it and I could get a waft of charcoal smell, but I didn't notice anything really in the food. Camp Chef has their char wood, so they'll have like a char wood cherry blend, so it's cherry and charcoal, and they also have a charcoal and hickory blend. I do notice that it is subtle, but I do notice a difference with that as compared to just their plain cherry blend or their plain hickory blend. But the Royal Oak 100% charcoal are by far the best charcoal pellets on the market. They came out last summer. I tested them a few different times. I've been cooking with them. My dad likes them a lot. Is it as robust as like cooking with actual charcoal, let's say on the Master Built Gravity series? I don't think it's quite equivalent, but it definitely gives you more of a charcoal flavor than just like a standard pellet does. You do get there's a differentiation between the two. So if you're going to try charcoal, you know, the Camp Chef, they do have a nice little blend, and you do notice it is subtle, but the Royal Oak 100% charcoal pellets do actually make they are different for sure than typical hardwood. Let's see. Oh, we just gained two more channel members, Steven and Alfred. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Be sure to check out that pre-release for channel members only, my updated shotgun shell video. And any video that I post, you will get early access to that as long as I don't have a non-disclosure agreement, which does happen from time to time when there's new grills coming. But other than that, you will see every video before everybody else does. Let's see. I see Cody Clark. I bought the Sidekick and Sear box bundle with my Woodwind 36. What's the difference between the grill box? Looks to work exactly the same. They are very similar. I don't think the grates are the same. To be honest with you, I don't have the Sear box, so I don't really have it to compare side to side. But I know that the Sear box itself is made pretty much specifically to sear, whereas the Deluxe Barbecue Grill box can be used as almost like a gas grill. So if you want to keep things off the smoker, you want to grill something like vegetables or put some char lines on your steak, you can definitely do that. The nice thing for me and the reason why I like it is because I also have one of the Pro 60X, which I'm able to take, and it's a 2-burner portable gas station. And I can essentially take my griddle, I can take my barbecue box, I can take my pizza oven anywhere that I want to go, and I can use it on that. So like when we go to deer camp, I bring it and I can cook on the griddle. I can cook on the deluxe barbecue box. So it's like having the griddle, having the gas grill there with me, and it's all in one unit. So I can interchange the pieces as I need to, whether I'm cooking breakfast or lunch or dinner or want to make some pizzas. I've got all of that there. Let me see. Let me hop in and grab some of these other comments. So Phil O'Reilly, opinion on the knotty wood pellets. I actually do really like them. I have the plum and I have the almond, and I really truly think that they give a unique flavor, and I really do like it. Um, for me, I have not seen them locally. I've had to order them, which really isn't a big deal because I usually have a surplus of pellets, but it's not one of those impulse buys where I'm in the store, I see them, I grab them. Now, if they've got them local to you, or if you want to order them, I would suggest giving them a try. They're very, very high quality. The Extreme channel, not here to win anything, just to say I appreciate your videos and channel. Well, the Extreme channel, I really do appreciate that comment. But hey, if you're a subscriber and you qualify, meet those minimum qualifications, why not give it a whirl? If you don't need the grill or don't want it, I'm sure you know someone that does. So I would encourage you to take a look at the giveaway and give it a shot, whether it's for you or for someone else. Travis Huffman, that's amazing. Camp Chef is paying for the shipping. Coworkers have talked up Camp Chef. Your videos have been great to watch, and I'm planning on trying many of your recipes. Yeah, Camp Chef, wearing their hat tonight for that reason. They have been awesome to work with in general. In my first live stream, I talked about building that relationship from day zero till now, and it's been incredible. We talk all the time. I text back and forth with several members of their crew, and they're great people. So when I talked with them shortly after the last live stream, they were 100% loved it, and they wanted to make sure that everyone had a great experience, and they wanted to be a part of it. So just want to let everyone know that they are paying for the shipping. It's still in my garage. They're just going to essentially create the labels for me and arrange for a pickup for it to be, sent to the winner. And hopefully it's one of you. Triple B's Barbecue. Hey, thanks for joining the channel. Appreciate it. Let's see. Alejandro, ever use your pizza oven to sear steaks at high temps like restaurants? I have not used my Camp Chef for that, but I have used my uni. I do like that. It gives it a different, it is a little bit different. The only thing that I did when I tried that is I made a mess, and I don't like to leave messes behind and pizza stone getting all dirty and greasy. I wasn't a huge fan of the mess that I made, but it still made a great steak. I did it in a cast iron skillet, put it in there under the open flame. It was pretty good. So I want to tell a quick story. I got a comment yesterday that completely blew my mind. There was an individual who commented on one of my videos, and they said, "Hey, I was looking for a particular recipe, and I stumbled across your channel. And as I watched the video with my wife, she said, 'Isn't that your parents' house?'" And sure enough, this viewer, some random viewer, don't even know if they're a subscriber at this point. I hope they are, but hey, if they're not, that's fine. They recognize the house next door, that's sometimes in my side view when I'm standing at the grill. It's got kind of the brown siding on it. This viewer actually lived next door, and I thought, well, what are the chances of that? So it had his first and last name. So I went back and looked at the property tax record, and sure enough, the last names lined up. So no joke, one of my viewers lived next door. Complete coincidence. As long as I don't end up with a stalker, I think that's a crazy coincidence. Double J, getting ready to go bear hunting in the morning. I'll leave you in the background. Going bear hunting? Where are you going bear hunting at? Mr. Keeling, I use all your Masterbuilt Gravity Series 560 recipes. Well, I encourage you to look at any of them because my recipes can apply whether they're on a pellet grill, whether they're on an offset, whether they're on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series smokers. They all apply. I give the temperatures, I give times depending on what we're doing, and they all turn out pretty good. I've been doing a lot on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800. In fact, I filmed 4 videos this weekend, 2 on the Camp Chef Apex, 2 on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800. One of them is that deluxe shotgun shell video that was on the Apex. I did another appetizer on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800. I did a smoked dip on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800, and I did some competition style chicken thighs on the Apex, and everything turned out great. Those videos will be coming out soon. Olympic Peninsula, Washington State. What bear are you hunting? I'm not as familiar with that area. You're not talking like grizzlies. I'm assuming probably black bear. Just pulled smoke show burgers off the smoker. Family went crazy. So I have a smash burger recipe that I've been working on for months, and I'm just slowly starting to introduce it to people like my family and friends just to see what their reaction was. I made them last Thursday, and my friends that were over loved them. I actually walked one across the street to my neighbor and for him and his wife to try. They loved them. So that recipe is going to be coming soon. I took a different approach to smash burgers, and they turn out freaking incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. One of the best burgers I've ever had. And I'll be sharing that pretty soon. Black bear hunting. Yeah, my friends from Hunt Fish Shoot, Mike and Joe, both went black bear hunting in Alaska. That was their high school graduation gifts. Their dad took them out individually black bear hunting and fishing and doing all kinds of stuff up in Alaska. It was seeing the pictures was incredible. I'd love to make it out there one day to do, some of those activities. Let me see here. I'm just scrolling around through some of the comments. Just want to make sure that I don't miss any, especially if people are asking questions. Square Table Degenerates. Hey, caught you in Lep's live stream last week. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping out in there, because I know I was having issues getting the link. I don't forget those things, so I appreciate it. Let me see. Did I miss any questions? Drama Fan 24 would love to win. Been looking to get one, just haven't done it yet. So that is one of the things that I wanted to provide with this giveaway, is everyone to have an opportunity to get something nice. And, not everyone can afford it. I mean, you're talking a $1,700 package, and that's a tough pill to swallow for anyone, to be honest with you. And it's a tough thing to sell or convince your spouse is like, hey, I'm going to go spend nearly $2,000 on a grill or smoker, when you then have to explain why the $300 one that they have at Home Depot doesn't meet the standards or what you need it to do. It's a tough conversation to have sometimes. Fortunately, my wife has just given up on me when it comes to these kind of things. In fact, I'm getting a 55-gallon Gateway drum smoker this weekend. I know a guy who's selling one here locally, and it's only been used a handful of times, so I'm picking up another one. I mean, I don't need another smoker, but I'm getting one because I don't have a drum smoker, and Gateway's the way to go. They're the Cadillac of drums. Pretty excited about that. Raymond, any interest in publishing a cookbook of your recipes? I think that, I don't know. In terms of getting something printed, I think it would be cool to just say that I have one. But I have some big plans for my website. I already own the domain. I've been working on it. We're not quite ready yet because I'm setting up a store. I just ordered today. I just ordered hats. I'm going to do a limited run on hats. The ones that I typically wear in my videos are a leather patch. We're going a little different route with these, and they look sweet. And I'm going to do some limited stuff with merch. I'm also working on my rubs and spices, and in the next few months, I'm going to be in the process of having them bottled. I don't talk a lot about them in my videos. I have been recently with some of like my brisket and pulled pork, because that's what I've been running on them in the background when, I don't have them on video. But it's it's hard to hype a product like a great rub when you don't have it available to people. So I'm going to be working on that. We'll be getting that stuff done, and everything will be available through my website. But the reason why I talked website, um, I once the website goes live, I am going to go back through my most popular videos first, and I'm going to convert every one of my recipes. But I'm going to start with the most popular because that makes the most sense. But I'm going to turn them into blogs. So, it'll be a written out recipe. It'll talk about the experience. It'll talk about everything. I'll take some screenshots from the actual cook and I'll include a link to the video, and so that will kind of give me a written form recipe, like through my blog, and it'll make it accessible, across the internet for those who aren't looking for YouTube videos. I might do something. I would say it's probably most likely a digital, but we'll see. We'll see as things progress how that goes. LC, your recipes are the best. I appreciate that. You don't you don't grow to look this way if you don't eat good. So we enjoy good food in our house. I love to entertain. I love to have family and friends over. So no one ever leaves hungry, and everyone always leaves happy. So I do my best to make the best quality food possible. Let's see. Any thermometers to recommend aside from the Thermapen one? So I guess, or you must be referring to instant read if you're referring to the Thermapen one, right? That one is obviously one of the best. The Thermapen MK4, which you can get it, I think, at a discount now because the one is like the next tier up now. The MK4 is great. The one just offers a couple different features. It's a faster read. It's motion or not motion, I guess kind of motion. If you touch it, it turns on. You don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. But the Thermapen Dot Pop, excuse me, is just a quick instant read. It's not quite as accurate. It's not lab calibrated, but it's made by Thermoworks. So you're going to get a quality product when you get that. And the Pop is significantly cheaper. So if you're looking for an instant read, I would say, and you're worried about budget, I would look into that. I think they're like 30 bucks ish, 40 bucks. I've got a link in my description that'll take you to Thermoworks. That'll let them know that I brought you there. So if you're interested in a product like that, be sure to click that link, and then I get a little commission from the sale. Let me scroll back. Double J. Oh hell, I'd buy your rubs. Well, I appreciate that. I have 4 that are pretty much complete at this point. I have kind of a brisket pork, like traditional barbecue that I've been using. I have the recipe in my recent videos with the pork shoulder and the brisket. I also have a chicken rub. I also have another pork rub that has sweeter hints and notes like you would get with some of your like Suckle Busters and Meat Church. And then I've also got a poultry one that I'm working on. I might have said that already. I don't remember. I think no. But I'm working on that. That's the only one that I don't have quite exactly where I want. But I think I'm at the point now with the channel and subscriber count and to where I feel like I could market the sauces and spices. And I've been working on them for years. So it's time to share this with people. Lucas Vaughn got into smoking and grilling because of your YouTube channel. Bought the Gravity Series 800, and my first smoke was your chicken thigh recipe. Chicken thighs are one of my favorite things to make. To be honest with you, they're so simple. We buy the Costco. I think they come in like 5 vacuum sealed packs of boneless chicken thighs. We buy those and probably make several packs a week. Funny enough, and I plan at some point doing a video on it. I didn't have anything to marinate it with that I typically would. Like in that video, I used Italian dressing, and that's something that my mom did for years, was put it in a bag with some Italian dressing, and it just adds a nice flavor to it. But I was going through through the refrigerator, and I was like, hey, I got some key lime juice, and I have some margarita mix. I had some cilantro, and I had some like uh, minced garlic. I made like a margarita, like a lime margarita chicken, and holy cow, it was incredible. And I finished it off with some of the Japanese barbecue sauce. I'm not even joking. It was incredible. So if you're looking to experiment with something, that lime, the tartness that came with that, and I think I only had it in the pan with that for maybe an hour. It really, really, really absorbed into the chicken, and with that, like kind of a savory teriyaki kind of sauce that Japanese barbecue sauce is, it was an incredible pairing. It was delicious. Hardwood Hollow Skills, thanks for this great giveaway. Although it doesn't seem to recognize all of my entries, would be an awesome prize to win. So I'm not sure if you're using your mobile device or if you're using a computer. I know that there have been a couple people that had issues trying to get some accounts to verify, and I will tell you that I've walked a few people through um, using a web browser, because part of the problem that I've seen, and it's only been for a couple people, is that when you click on like subscribe to show that you subscribe, it takes you to YouTube. The tab that the giveaway was on is now gone, and now you're at YouTube subscribing, and you physically have to go back to the giveaway site to prove that it's done. But you need that tab open that you were just at, and so if you do it on a computer, you're able to have those two tabs easily accessible, where you can have the giveaway in one and then YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or whatever in the other. You should be able to do that. I have not had anybody have issues whatsoever using a desktop. If you are, let me know. I'll do what I can to help out. Send me an email. My email is in my about on my YouTube, or DM me on Facebook and Instagram. I will keep an eye out for any questions that you may have. Lucas Vaughn, my question is, have you modded your 800? So I have a relationship with LSS Mods from back in the day when I got my Masterboat Gravity Series 560. And since then, he has expanded his lineup into crazy proportions, and he's got a lot of cool products. He reached out to me when he saw that I got the 800, and I told him that for my own sanity and to share an honest experience with my viewers, I did not want to mod anything yet. I will. I'm very interested in some of the mods that he has, but there's these talks of longevity and how long will these grills last? And I want to give an honest answer, so I want to run it through the gamut, bone stock, before I do anything like that. Where do I enter the giveaway? Christopher Thomas, I have a link for you, buddy, and it is right there. Click that link there, and it'll take you to the giveaway site. Follow the steps, few basic requirements, and then you have the ability to have 9 total entries into the giveaway. Send me an email, brother. I got to get back. I'll have you in the background. Mike Barrel, love your videos. I have learned a lot from you. Can't wait to learn more. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you being a channel member. Those of you who have been popping in and out, if you didn't hear the benefits of being a channel member, it's $1.99 a month. It's very cheap, in my opinion. And you get early access to videos. You also get priority comments. So if you are a channel member and you write me in the comment section, I answer everything. In fact, when I look at my comments, I filter first to see member only. So I look at members to see if there's any comments from members that I haven't answered, and that's before I start answering anybody else. And the truth is, and why that could be beneficial is, I'm at 41,500 something subscribers, been growing like crazy. In fact, I assume I'll probably be around the 60 to 70,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Some days I get hundreds of comments, especially on the weekends. I mean, I've been averaging 40,000 views, I'd say 20 to 30,000 views a day, sometimes on the weekends, and I'm getting hundreds of comments. And I try to read through them, but if I'm busy, they just get lost in the sauce, literally lost in the sauce. But if you're a channel member, I will answer every single question that comes up in there if you are a member. Al, speaking of another channel member, see, just getting on. Have you getting on? You have an update on the giveaway. Yes, for those of you who've just joined, the update was Camp Chef. I talked with Camp Chef, and they are going to be paying for the shipping. Everything is literally still in my garage, but they are going to basically create the label for me once the winner has been selected, and I have all that information. And we will work together to schedule a pickup, and the shipping company will come to my house and they will take everything. But Camp Chef is covering all shipping costs to the winner. They loved this. They loved the fact that they're going to be gaining one more in the Camp Chef family, and they wanted to be part of it. So that was the update. This is also kind of the final warning that, hey, and at this point now, we are under 24 hours left in the giveaway. So if you have not entered at all, or if you still have some entries that are floating out there that you haven't completed, be sure to take the next 23 hours or so to get that taken care of, because you want to have the best odds to win. So make sure that you maximize your entries. Javi, more biscuit tests. I love biscuit tests. That's the nerd in me. I do need to do one on the Apex. I don't know if Matt is in here any longer. He runs the Camp Chef Grill Owners Facebook page. He's one of the admins. He did a biscuit test on the Apex, and the results were incredible. That thing is so even. It's great. But I have not personally done that yet. Been pretty busy, but that is something on the radar for sure. Christopher Thomas, thanks. I've entered. Well, I'm glad that you did. Good luck, buddy. I am scrolling back through. Nate Rose, yes, Costco chicken thighs are amazing. I'm going to be honest with you. Costco meat, I have never had one issue with them. The only thing that I have found annoying, and it's really my own fault, is if I want a specific thing, don't go there on a Saturday, because chances are, if it's a specific thing, they're probably going to be gone. I find that going like on a Thursday or Friday for a weekend cook is probably the best bet. In fact, I was just there yesterday, and I knew I was cooking this week, and I didn't grab anything, and I probably just shot myself in the foot for that. But we'll find out. I'll probably go tomorrow or the next day. Let me see here. Walleye Wiz, will the winner be announced live? No, but I will be screen recording, and I will be recording with my cameras to show me physically hitting the button and you seeing the winner being drawn. The reason why I'm doing that is because people can lie and say, yes, I live in the lower 48 states. And in fact, they might be from a different country, or they're not 18 years of age, but they said they were. And so before I announce the winner, I want to make sure that it is a legitimate entry. And I want to do that in all fairness to everyone. I don't want to put someone's name out there. I don't want to get someone's hopes up and then take that away from them because it wasn't a legitimate entry. I also don't want to do that to you and make you think that you lost. In fact, if there's an opportunity for another name to be drawn. So I will be recording it so that there's no funny business, but it will not be announced live. LC, any chance you'll be doing a pre-Thanksgiving Gravity Series turkey smoke? Absolutely. My turkey videos do incredible at Thanksgiving time. In fact, one of the products that I've been tossing around in terms of creating like an Anderson Smoke Show branded sauce, spice, whatever, is an injection. I have an injection recipe. I have it in every one of my turkey videos. I think there are four turkey videos or 5 turkey videos on my YouTube channel, and I've got the injection in all of them, and it is freaking incredible. It makes for the tastiest and juiciest bird, and people love it. Absolutely love it. But yes, I will definitely be doing that. I find that for holidays, you have to like stage your cooks and plan in advance. So End of October-ish, I will probably have most of my turkey videos filmed. I'll probably do a bone-in turkey breast. I'll probably do a boneless turkey breast. I'll probably do a spatchcocked and a whole. I like to do a variety because not everybody will be doing it the same way that I like to do it. And so I want to have that variety in case you as a viewer aren't going to be doing it the same way or didn't plan on doing it the same way as me. So I don't know if I have a ghost email or not, but if you do. Double J, I'm not sure if you were talking to me with the ghost email thing. But I let's see, something about brother. I gotta hit me up, Double J. If you're talking to me, DM me on Instagram or Facebook, and I'm not sure what you're asking there. Let me see. I'm scrolling back through some of these comments to see if I missed anything. LC, back to the turkey thing. I will tell you right now that my favorite rub for turkey is the Spiceology turkey rub. They usually ship pretty quick, but it's one of those purchases that you're going to want to make in advance. I'm going to tell you right now, it's the best turkey rub that I've used. It's got herbs, it's got spices, it's got salt, it's got everything. And it's such a well rounded turkey rub that I love it. I won't use anything else on my turkey except that. Do you have any alcohol recommendations for someone who is quadruple vaccinated? Well, I I didn't know that there were alcohol restrictions for those that are vaccinated. I am very sorry if that's the case. Um, but this Woodford Doubled Oak's pretty good, and I'm sure there's enough alcohol. If it's not in this glass, it's on the wall behind me to kill any virus. That's a joke, by the way. This isn't a COVID thing. Let's see. I just saw something. Hayden made your shotgun shells the other night so good. So if you didn't hear me at the beginning of the live stream, I just made a deluxe version of those this weekend, and they're incredible. The video right now is live, available to channel members only. It'll be released a little bit later, not too far down the road, probably a few days. But channel members have access to it right now, and I saw that some of you have already been watching it. Double J, didn't know you were on Facebook. That's one of the giveaway things, man. Visit my page. All right. I see we still have about 30 people in here. We've been rolling for about 45 minutes or so. Uh, Let me know what you guys want to talk about. I've been having fun answering these questions and talking to everybody. I feel like as much of a community as this is, when I'm recording videos and posting them a week later, that you kind of lack that interaction or direct interaction. So I do like this back and forth. The meat got a little dry in the middle. I got to figure out what to add. So I'm going to tell you what I did for this one, Hayden, and you'll see it in the video in a few days. So I made them very similar in terms of the meat. I did go with some fresh Italian sausage this time. We have an incredible Italian market that's been in business for like 80 to 100 years, out of Akron, Ohio. It's down the road. And they make great sausage. So I got 2 pounds of their sausage. I put 8 ounces of cheese, like shredded cheese, like I did before. But this time I took 1 8-ounce brick of cream cheese. I let it soften just outside while I was getting ready to film so that it was pretty soft. And I worked that into the meat, and it made it incredible. I also parboiled the manicotti shells for 90 seconds before, and I can't tell you, like, as good as the first ones were, these were 10 times better. Knockdown, drag out, 10 times better. So be sure to check out that shotgun shell video if you're a channel member. If you're not, it'll be available in a few days. New ways to make pork butts besides pulled. So Nate, actually, good question. If you follow Chud's Barbecue, Brad, he was in Utah at the Camp Chef event, this private, real small creator event back in March, and he made some pork steaks out of a pork butt where he cut basically steaks, nice thick steaks out of a pork butt and smoked them and then wrapped them, and they were amazing. In fact, I've made them a couple times. I haven't done a video on it yet because I haven't quite got the results that I like he had, and I want to kind of hone in on that before. But I've made in the Z Grills recipe I released last week. I ran my Camp Chef Apex with a pork shoulder on that one as well. And I had trimmed some things and I made a pork steak with that, and it turned out pretty good. So that is something to look at. Brad, Chud's Barbecue, he has a pork steak video. Since I don't have one, I'm going to tell you now, go check out his channel. I think he's got some great recipes, and that pork steak one is one of them for sure. Bobby, hey, welcome to the channel membership. I appreciate that. Thank you. Name the sausage. I'm up the road from you. Oh, Walleye Whiz. It's DeVita's Italian Market. It's in Akron. DeVita's. Davitis, I think. DeVita's. It's a little mom and pop store. In fact, my uncle worked there and is good friends with the owners back 60 years ago or something, and used to work behind the counter and make sausage and whatnot. Great stuff there. Al, thanks for joining tonight. I'd like to say have fun at work. I hope it's tolerable. Work's not fun very often. What's your favorite Cajun rub? I can picture it, and I can't think of the name. Give me a minute. If it'll come to me. I do like the Spiceology Blackened, but there was one that my dad used for years. It was in my kitchen, or my parents' kitchen for years, that I really truly liked, and it was in a red. It was in a red kind of cardboardish, tube container, kind of like almost like a Morton salt container, but smaller. And it had the little swivel top where it had the big mouth and the shaker top. And it was red. I'm trying to think of what it's called, but growing up, like that resonates with me, and I will always like lean towards that. But the Spiceology Blackened is good too. Luigi's Pizza. Yeah, Luigi's in Akron, downtown Akron, is incredible. If you ever go to Akron, it's a sit-down Italian place known for pizza, known for pasta. There's a line out the door. On a weekend, you literally have to wait in line outside to get a table. It's great. Great place. Greg, I just joined. Is a giveaway still tomorrow? Yes. So we are down under 24 hours now. So 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, August 4th, the giveaway ends. So be sure to maximize your entries. There's 9 total tickets, we'll say, that you could get. So be sure to hop in there and maximize your entries. Lucas, what temperature should I smoke chicken breast at? I tried 225 and it turned out like wooden jerky. Yeah, so smoking chicken breasts is a learning curve, and you wouldn't expect it to be that way. But the outside, if you smoke it at a low temperature like 225, it gets like leathery. Yeah, like like chicken jerky. To be honest with you, with chicken breasts, I usually just grill them. I might hit them with smoke for like 20 minutes. So I'll do the 225 or a smoke setting. I'll hit it with some smoke, but then I'll crank the grill up to like 350 and I'll just grill them, and sometimes even more. I find that I get more consistent results that way than if I try to smoke them. There you can, but the grilled works for me best. Double J, give this guy a thumbs up. Yeah, if you're still in here watching, give a thumbs up here. Bobby, Laurie's seasoned salt. Love that stuff. But no, maybe it's not a Cajun seasoning. Maybe it's a Creole seasoning. I'll have to look it up. I think it was red and yellow, and it had a red like spinning top. God, I can't think of what it's called. I think I need another bourbon. Give me 1 second here. So let me scroll through here some comments. I'm going to grab another ice cube because I like my bourbon cold or chilled. Let me see. Good call on the Woodford. Late joining, and sorry if someone mentioned this early. Enjoyed your channel for a while now. Great content. Well, thanks, Paul. I appreciate that. Woodford Doubled Oak is one of my favorites. As you can see, I've hit that bottle pretty hard. While I step away for just a moment, just to get a piece of ice, put your questions and comments in there in the comment section. When I come back, we'll answer them. I just need about 45 seconds. All right, so I actually have a question. What bourbon should I pour? You can kind of see what's behind me. What do you think? I'll give you guys like 30, 40 seconds to put in a recommendation here. The only thing I won't do is I won't open a bottle that is not open, because I've got a rule now that I don't open new bottles or buy new bottles until one of them's empty, because then you end up with crazy collections like this and then 20 more bottles under the sink like I have. Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. I don't think so. I'll have to Google it, to be honest with you. Blanton's. Okay, 1032. Oh, the most expensive one. Ooh. What is my most? I think my most expensive one. Well, see, that's the problem, because you're talking retail versus secondary. So I have a 13-year, I'll grab it just for reference. I have a 13-year Wild Turkey release for Japan. In fact, there's Japanese writing on the back. This bottle in the secondary market runs like $150. I have no idea what the actual retail is, but this stuff is smooth, real freaking smooth. Let's see. I would say Larceny. I don't have any Larceny. I had the Larceny barrel proof, but that's gone. I would say probably my most expensive, like, retail is going to be the Bardstown Discovery. This one here is 111.1 proof. I think I'm going to go with this one. Hayden, you said the most expensive, and I would say retail-wise, this one probably is the most expensive. I believe this was a gift, but I believe this one might be in the 120s or 130, $120, $130 for the bottle. So that's what we're drinking now. Bardstown Discovery Series. TikTok, 45 seconds go. Slap Your Mama. I will look at the seasonings here in a bit. I'm gonna have to hop on Google, because I know as soon as I see the picture, I will know exactly what it is. Double J. I do not have any Jack Daniels up there. I did have their single barrel proof, and I traded that for a bottle of Don Julio, because that stuff was like around 140 proof. And it hit hard, way too hard for my liking. It was like gasoline. See, we still have mid 20s, upper close to 30 in here. If you're just joining, there's a link to the giveaway. We have a little less than a day left. Be sure to get in there, maximize your entries because you could win Anderson's Ultimate Backyard Barbecue giveaway, $1,700 grilling package. And it is in my garage, and Camp Chef is going to be covering the shipping expenses to take it from my garage and put it in yours. So be sure to enter. LC, more seafood recipes. I actually just got a request yesterday or the day before to do a seafood series. And I think that that is up my alley. I'm due for another salmon video. My wife loves salmon, so I owe her some salmon. So I will do that. I think I'm going to do some scallops and we'll probably mess around with some other stuff. When I was in Utah for the Camp Chef event, Logan, who is their chef, and he had a whole crew of cooks and chefs with him, but they made this incredible spread, and they had lobster tail and salmon that they had smoked, and it turned out incredible. And I have not done any lobster tail on my grill yet, and I think that's something that I'm going to have to do here soon. Creole. That's my go-to Cajun. No MSC. Let me see. I'm gonna look up that Creole seasoning real quick. Give me 1 second here. I have not tried that Creole seasoning. Let me see which one that I'm thinking of. I don't think. See, the problem now that I'm thinking about it is it could have been back in the 90s, and the seasoning itself, they might have changed their labels. So maybe I'm gonna have a hard time finding it. I know exactly what it looks like. Um, but the label itself could have updated since then. I'll continue looking. Spiceology Blackened is a good one. I believe I've had Slap Your Mama as well, and that I believe I had that, and if it's what I recall, that was good as well. So I got a question. Oh, you want Hayden wants me to give a professional review. Are you talking of the Bardstown? So I don't want to say I'm new to bourbon, but I'm not to the point of some of my friends. One of my best friends, Joe, he actually will blind taste bourbon. He'll have his fiance pour him bourbon and not tell him which one it is. And he will physically sit down with a pad of paper and a pen and write out the hints of notes of like black pepper, citrus, leather, and he'll try and figure out what he's drinking based off of the notes. And I'm not to that point yet at all. So, well, we still got 30 people in here. I actually have a question for you guys. So, when I did a live stream 2 weeks ago to announce the giveaway, I actually had a lot of fun. Now, granted, I had a lot to talk about that night because we were talking about the giveaway. We had within the first day, we had like 2,000 views on the live stream, which in my mind is incredible. And I really do appreciate everyone hopping in and joining and just being part of the channel. And that's really why we're doing this giveaway, to give back to everybody. But I had fun, and that's part of the reason why I wanted this to kind of be like, hey, we're going to do an update. I'm going to tell you that Camp Chef's paying for the shipping. They're covering that. And I'm reminding you to get your entries in because tomorrow night at 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the giveaway ends. So I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to enter. But the whole live chat thing, I do enjoy this. So my question for everybody is that if I were to hop on a live stream, what frequency do you think is enough, Anderson, and what is too much? I don't know if a weekly live stream is necessary because I don't know how much is going to change week to week. I don't know if a monthly is too little. But I do like the interaction with everybody. I like building this relationship with people and answering questions as you've got them, because it makes for a good experience for both of us, or all of us, in fact, because we can learn from each other. But let me know in the comments section what you guys think about me doing a more routine live stream. I think I would personally be into it. Would give me an excuse to pour expensive bourbon and tell Hayden what it tastes like. Nail polish remover. I'm kidding. I'm not good enough to do those kind of reviews. This Bardstown Discovery hits up front. I will tell you that alcohol, 111.1%, you feel that immediately, but it goes down smooth. Very, very forward facing with the alcohol. Brad Cox, he is a channel member. Hey, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Be sure to enter the giveaway if you have already done that. Appreciate that. And I hope that you, as well as everyone else, has a great time with this. And I hope that whoever wins will appreciate it. Brad, if you have not maximized your entries, it's a total of 9. Be sure to do that because we have less than a day left to enter. I see John monthly on the live stream. I kind of feel like that is, I think that's a good cadence. I think that gives me something to talk about because I feel like in a month's time, there's probably something to share. I will have done some cooks. I'll have some things filmed and it'll give us more to talk about every 2 to 3 weeks. I think bi-weekly is probably the maximum in terms of most frequent. I don't think I could handle a weekly one just because I have a lot of things going on. Like right now, I've got 4 videos of my own in the hopper. I also have 3 hunt, fish, shoot videos in the hopper that I have to edit. So I have 7 videos literally sitting on my hard drive ready to edit. And so like I have to plan my nights around that. So bi-weekly could work. Monthly, I also think monthly would be cool too. So we might try it out. We might see how things go, see how many people are joining on the regular. And if you're interested in this live stream and you like it, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know that you are enjoying this because the more that I see that, the more often I may be inclined to hop on here and do this. Oh, Christopher. Hey man, how you doing? That's I was going to say former coworker, but our company is so big that we technically worked for the same company, but we would have never seen each other at work. How you doing, man? Are you bowling this year? I think we are. We're looking for a third right now. 1032, only do a live stream as often as you have something to talk about. I see other channels struggling to maintain interest and engagement. I really think that is one of the reasons why I don't want to do weekly and commit to a weekly because of that reason. It's fun to sit down. It's fun to have these conversations, but I think you're right with that. Favorite readily available lump charcoal. Sorry, I'm thinking. I would say probably B&B is probably it's very high quality. That is probably the most available. I will say if I were to go in a store and see a particular one and walk out of it with the store every time, that's going to be Jealous Devil. Their lump charcoal. It's not common to see around here, but my local butcher actually will get several pallets of it from time to time. And they don't always have it. But when they do, I leave with a bag or two because I always want to have some on hand. So Jealous Devil's probably my legitimate, my unicorn, my go-to. but it's not that available. So I'd say B&B probably is. But to be honest with you, I've been using a bunch of different stuff. In fact, in a couple of my videos that I did this weekend, I tried out some of the Kingsford flavor enhanced charcoal. Has anyone else tried the Kingsford that has the flavor enhancers in it? The one that I have is paprika, onion, and garlic, I think. Comes in like an orange bag. Let me know what you guys think. Jealous Devil, though, is probably my go-to, but B&B is the most readily available that I think is probably one of the higher qualities. Raymond, I do agree about getting people hyped about things that are going on. This off, I'm gonna call it off season, which to me really doesn't start until January 1st. If you saw my YouTube analytics, so this will be October 21st will be my 3-year mark from the time I posted my first video. So the way YouTube goes is we're going to start January 1st and it's down here. And January 1st and kind of trickles around here through January. You hit February, you hit Super Bowl Sunday, then it goes back down like this. And then you struggle through February, and then March comes and it starts to trickle up. And then I got to move back over here so you can see what I'm doing. And then March just slowly increases until we hit to the summer. And to be honest with you, until about September, it just continues to grow. And then it kind of peters off a little bit, but it carries you all the way through the rest of the year because people tailgating, people cooking for the football games, things like that keep you going for the fall. And then you've got Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and you've got New Year's. And those holidays carry you through the end of the year. In fact, November historically is always my biggest month for views and always my biggest month for revenue. Now, this July that we just finished up a few days ago, that is my biggest month ever. So if that means November is going to be even bigger, I'm gonna have to strap myself down because I'm gonna get blown away by some of that stuff. Let me see here. I see Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Kent, hey, welcome, man. I believe I saw you entered the giveaway, so make sure you maximize your entries because you could be the proud owner of a new Camp Chef. So Todd Weber, seen the flavored Kingsford, but haven't tried it. I use a Kingsford Professional that they sell in the 2-pack at Costco. To be honest with you, I run Kingsford. I think I have a little bit of Kingsford, the Professional that you're talking about in my garage right now. Lately, I have run a ton of Masterbuilt lump charcoal, but they sent me a pallet of it, and a pallet is a ton of charcoal. So I've been trying to use it up because not only does it take up a lot of space, I feel guilty buying other stuff knowing that I still have like 8 bags of lump charcoal in there. The Masterbuilt I think is pretty good. I will say my only complaint, and I don't know if it was because of the shipping and handling, because it was delivered to me on a pallet. I find that it is very broken up. Not always, but you'll get like a good half bag, and then you'll get to the bottom half of the bag, and it's dust and tiny just shards of lump charcoal. And that clogs up your grill. It doesn't burn efficiently, and it's just kind of a pain to deal with. I'm assuming that's shipping related, but I'm still trying to burn through some of that. The flavored Kingsford, I don't want to, I can't really say that it made a difference in the flavor of the food, because I don't know that I could taste paprika and garlic and onion from the smoke. But I can tell you what, it was a pleasure to be around while the grill was running because it was a very vibrant scent and it smelled amazing. Let me see here. Have you tried any of the char logs, Blue Hog or B&B? Thoughts? I have not. I've not tried the charred logs because the only thing that really truly that I have that I could run that in is my char griller offset. I don't think the char logs are the best idea for the Masterbuilt Gravity series because I would be afraid that it wouldn't flow, with gravity as it feeds down. I could be wrong, but I haven't gone that way. But I know Blue Hogs is supposed to be some legitimate stuff, but that's also something that I have never seen locally. So that's one of those things where I have to physically order it and get it to try. All right. So one of the things I see some channel member comments in here. When it comes to channel membership, it's very cheap, and I always prioritize comments, even in the live stream here. So I see a comment from Brad, and he's asking, how much do you think pellets matter compared to seasoning as far as quality in general? So when it comes to pellets, my experience has been that no matter what pellet you have, it's always going to be a mild flavor. Really, truly, just because of the nature of the beast, it's going to be mild. But I will say that it does, in fact, make a difference. Um, it does. I have found that higher quality pellets produce a better flavor. And I think it is noticeable. For example, and I will tell you, like, my favorite pellets right now are Lumberjack, and I'm not sponsored by any pellet or charcoal companies, anything of that nature. So this is my true and honest opinion, and it's something that you will always get when you are here on my channel. Is my honest opinion. There are a lot of pellet companies out there that hide behind the word blend, 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 hickory blend, cherry blend, barbecue blend, American blend. The problem that I have with the word blend is they hide behind that and they don't tell you exactly what it is. And so there have been studies, there have been research. In fact, there have been lawsuits involving pellets. So if you don't know about that, look up some of the Traeger lawsuits. Um, it's a legitimate thing. Traeger was sued because of their pellets. True story. Um, but I will tell you with the blends, I don't trust anything that doesn't tell me what the makeup is. If it's a blend, tell me what it is. Is it oak and cherry and hickory? Great. Tell me that. Tell me that it is all 100% hardwood, that it is that it's not furniture scraps or sawdust left over from the mill. Um, and also tell me the percentages. I appreciate that because it helps me make my decision when I buy pellets. And the thing that I like about Lumberjack, and like I said, I'm not sponsored by anyone, Lumberjack provides you with the actual breakdown of what the pellets are. So not only can you buy things like 100% hickory, you can buy 100% cherry, and they have some other 100% woods, but they are legitimately, and this is what they're saying, 100% of what they say it is. So if you have a hickory pellet, that is all hickory wood. And I can appreciate that because I know what I'm getting. Um, I also noticed the quality of those pellets are better. I'm not knocking on Pit Boss, but that's what I started with. Like I went bananas and bought like every single flavor Pit Boss made. Pellets were broken up, a lot of dust, a lot of stuff, and they don't provide the breakdown of what they are. So, from some of the studies that I've read and actually the lawsuits, they may say like hickory blend, but it's only 20% hickory. In my mind, that's kind of deceiving because if the other 80% is something else, but you're calling it a hickory blend, then what is the something else? And so that's really my take on it. And Lumberjack, when they do blends, they actually tell you like 60, 20, 20, or 25, 25, 25, 25. They'll tell you the percentage and they use 100% hardwood, which I can appreciate. Tom Summers, I have plenty of drink. I am master distiller at Appalachian Distillery here in Ripley, West Virginia. Tons of shine, bourbon, and whiskey. No kidding. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. John Hall, how many beers have you drank in one night? I don't know in one night, but I have successfully completed a 30 rack in a day. That's for sure. My buddy's birthday a few years back, we went to his farm down in Southern Ohio, and we had a Yeti cooler, like a Yeti 110, packed with cases and cases, or 30 racks and 30 racks and 30 racks of Bush Light. And we drank a ton of beer, and I know for a fact that I drank 30 plus that day. I also remember that I did not drink anything except beer that entire day, not even water. Like with breakfast, I legitimately had kegs and eggs. I had beer with my breakfast. I woke up the next day and my tongue felt like it was going to shrivel up and break off. I was so dry, and it was because I was dehydrated. I drank nothing but beer. But those were my younger days. I've gotten a little smarter since then. Let me see here. I'm looking. Yeah, Daddy Dutch. I love the Charlogs for my offset. And see, that's where I think is the perfect application for those. You've got big, they're going to last you longer, and you don't really have to worry about the space that you're confined to. And my fear with the gravity feds is I don't know how it's going to fall down in there. Could it get wedged and sit, 8, 10 inches above the firebox? I don't know. And that's why I've never bought them, because I was afraid to run them. Have you had any issues with backburn in your Camp Chef DLX? Mine is giving me a hard time at higher temperatures. I will tell you that any problems that I've ever had with my grills, in all honesty, has been lack of cleaning, lack of airflow, lack of those kind of things. It's been operator error or negligence. With the Camp Chef stuff, they have a kind of a grate that goes over the opening for the chimney. And I have found that you get weird things happening when that thing is dirty. So take your grill brush, take a putty knife. I use a plastic putty knife to clean my grills just so I'm not marring up the metal or the finish. But clean over that grate that is there for the opening for the chimney, because if you have a lack of airflow, that's going to cause some weird things to happen within the grill. I have never, and knock on wood, I have never had backburn in any of my grills, any of my pellet grills. Brad Cox, drinking a Staves and Grain bourbon pick right now. I'm not familiar with that one. I do have Oak and Eden that has some staves in it. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera. They're actually wood staves in this bottle right there. It's pretty cool. I said staves. It's one stave. Let me see. Todd Weber, I can't drink like that, beer like that anymore. I've switched to bourbon or a nice cocktail. Man, it really depends on the day. If I'm hanging outside, barbecuing outdoors in the heat, I love a nice cold beer. I like to put them down. But if I'm sitting down at dinner or in the house or editing or whatever, it's likely bourbon for me. Bob, excuse me, I have the hiccups, and no, I'm not drunk. Just coincidence. Bob Hoots, what are your thoughts on the Camp Chef searing grill function? I've been using mine for 3 months, and I'm a little bit iffy. Tips. So you're talking about the slide and grill function. And so for those of you who don't know about the Camp Chef, so they have this function on their higher end grills called slide and grill, where there is a metal, basically like a tuning plate, kind of, sorta, or deflector that covers the fire pot, and it keeps the flame from reaching like the grease tray or reaching up towards the grates, and it diverts the heat and everything off to the sides. Now, when you go to set a higher temperature and you want to sear a steak, you pull this knob from the side and it moves this deflector over and gives you direct access, or sort of direct access, to the fire pot. I will say that I haven't had bad results with that. The only thing that I will give any suggestions or word of caution to anyone that's using that, if your grill is dirty and greasy and you're going to be hitting it with high temperatures and direct flame from that sliding grill, you're probably going to end up with a grease fire. So if you plan on doing something like that, be sure that you clean out your grill before you do it, because the last thing you want to do is get to the point where you're about to sear your steak and the whole thing catches on fire. I actually did that on my Masterbuilt Gravity series with some very expensive tomahawks last year, and I was very sad. The entire grill caught on fire. The 560, I actually have like legitimate residual damages that occurred because of that fire. I saw the temperature gauge go way, way, way up. I think we were probably upwards of 1,000 degrees. And it happened in a matter of seconds. But if you're going to be searing and cranking the temperature up and opening up the possibility of direct flames, clean your grill. Make sure it's clean before you start. Let me see here. Mike Z, have you ever tried those smoker kits for bourbon? Works pretty good. I'm all in for smoked everything. So I actually do. I have for Christmas, my wife got me this thing called the top hat, and I would get it, but my studio light's blocking it, and I'd have to move I'd have to move things to get to it. But it is like a wooden puck that sits here, and it's got like a wire mesh strainer, and you put these fine wood shavings in, and you use a torch, and you'll actually smoke your bourbon. It's pretty neat. I like it because it's very simple. It doesn't take up counter space. It's not like one of those big domes or boxes. It's just like a wooden puck with it's shaped kind of like a top hat. Tomahawk Tragedy. Yeah, they turned out all right, but I scrapped that video because I didn't know how to fix that. I did use some of the footage in a barbecue mistake video that I did, but I scrapped the actual cook. Let me see here. Paul Cunningham, I want to reply to John Hall. I'm 19 deep at the minute thinking I can smash more, but I always... Big hello from Manchester, England, originally. Hey, well, Paul, I appreciate you joining, man. I hope that wherever you are 19 deep, you're only a few steps away from your bed, because when you get to that territory, you never know where you're going to end up. Good call on the blends. Nate, I'm being honest with you. Look for quality. They don't cost that much more when it comes to pellets, and purchase something that you can trust. Smoking with fats. Yeah, there was the artificial flavors, and they were using a binder. But I think the actual lawsuit for the Traeger pellets they claimed, like, let's say hickory, and some, I don't know if you'd be like a biologist or what kind of scientist you would be, a botanist, I don't know. But they apparently did something science related and tested it, and there was zero hickory. And I'm paraphrasing, summarizing what it was. I could be wrong with the wood that they said, but I'm pretty sure that's part of the lawsuit. Was they said it was this, and it was not that at all. Not even like a percent of that. It was not even present in the pellets. Man, we got 39 viewers. So I've been running for like about an hour and 20 minutes now. Let me take a moment to just reiterate kind of why we got together tonight, tell you the update. We are less than 1 day left in the giveaway entry time. Tomorrow, 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is August 4th, Thursday, August 4th, 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My giveaway will be ending, meaning that we are closing the gates and we are not accepting any more entries. Now, if you don't know what the giveaway is, I'm giving away a $1,700 Anderson's Ultimate Grilling Package away to one of my lucky subscribers. Now, there is a link, and I'm going to post it right now into the live chat. Once again, it's also in the description if you missed it. It's with Sweep Widget. That is going to show you exactly how to do it. If you're already a subscriber and you meet the qualifications, that's not enough. You physically have to click on that link and go through the steps to enter. Be sure that your contact information is correct, because I'm giving you 5 days. When I draw the winner, I'm giving you 5 days to respond. Now, I will reach out to you directly, and at that point is when the timer starts. If you don't answer within 5 days, I'm picking another winner, and then another 5-day counter is going to start. I will not be drawing it live. I will be recording it. I will be screen recording, and I will actually have cameras on me to prove that it is a legitimate and honest giveaway. But the reason I'm not doing it live is because we're running off of the honesty factor here. And anyone could say, yes, I'm 18 years of age, and they're actually 17 and a half. Or they could say, yes, I'm from the lower 48 states of the United States, but they're actually from another country. And I just don't want to put someone's name out there, and I don't want to let everybody else down until I know physically that that winner is the legitimate winner. I want to verify that they meet all qualifications before I announce that. So I'm sorry if you feel that I should be doing it live. I'm doing everyone due diligence to make sure that it is a legitimate operation here, because I want it to be fair to everybody. Let's see. I'm scrolling through the chat. I see Mark here. Hey, Andrew, your guy from Michigan. Just let me know when to come pick up my new grill. Well, fortunately for you, Mark, if you were to win, you don't have to come pick it up because Camp Chef is going to be covering the shipping. And it's in my garage right now, ready to go. We'll slap some labels on it, get the delivery truck here, and they're going to take it to your house or whoever wins. I'm scrolling through some old comments and I will be catching up to some newer ones here, but I see Raymond here. Have you used any of your bourbon in a barbecue sauce? So very old video of mine. In fact, I don't know if it's still in YouTube. I actually deleted some of my old ones that just didn't perform. Not necessarily because I just wanted to clean it up. If it didn't have at least 1,000 views, or had some legitimate statistics with it, I removed them from YouTube. And mainly those were like the old ones from like 2.5 years ago. But on New Year's Eve, the very first New Year's Eve that I had my channel, so that was like maybe 2 months in, 2.5 months in, I made some wings with a homemade Crown Royal, a Crown Royal and Coke barbecue sauce. And it had a zing to it. And so it kind of reminded me of like a spicy teriyaki. Like it was sweet, it was savory, and it had a kick to it, and they were banging. That might be something that I will share again. I'll have to look and see if that video still exists on YouTube. Let me see here. Donald Stewart, that is fantastic. I learned a ton from your videos. Give me insights to making videos at Creating Gash Barbecue. Donald, is that the TikTok? I feel like that is a TikTok, and you've tagged me in a few of the videos. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm that name rings a bell to me. I'm scrolling through here, catching back up. Bob Hoots, Captain and Coke for me this evening. So I'm going to be honest with you. Captain and Coke was my go-to for a long time. In fact, I still enjoy it. I would say if I'm going mixed drink now, I'm going to say margaritas, man. I love me some margaritas. They love me too. Let's see. Jason Decker, just scrolling and saw you were live. Just bought a Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800 this spring and love it. Well, I'm glad that you do. I've got a lot of content in store for the Gravity Series 800 this year. I've been loving the food that's coming off of that. It has worked flawlessly for me, and I've been very happy, and I hope that you are too. Bob Hoots, what do you think about putting a griddle directly on the grates and hot grilling fajitas or hibachi? Well, I will tell you that I have done something like that. So I have a Lodge griddle. It's like a two-sided, so it's got like it's a griddle, but it's got like the grill grate imprint on it, and then it's got a flat griddle on the other side. It's probably, I don't know, probably like 10 by 18-ish. It's made by Lodge, like Lodge cast iron. And I've used that in a couple videos before, and I've done that, put it right on the grates. The only thing that I will make a suggestion is, if you're running that from the get-go, no problem. But I've used it for some reverse sears. My suggestion, if you're going to do like a reverse sear where you smoke it and then bring the griddle onto the grill and then sear it on that, be sure to preheat that in the oven and get that nice and hot. Get yourself some good oven mitts and bring that out and put it on the grill to finish it off. But yeah, I don't see any problem with that. Let's see. I use 50-50 apple juice, bourbon, spritz on pork ribs on occasion. That's what Todd Weber's saying. What 50-50 apple juice and bourbon? Do you get a pretty strong bourbon flavor from that? My only fear with that is the alcohol. Whenever I cook with bourbon, and I do have it in some barbecue sauces that I've toyed around with. Um, and I do a honey bourbon glaze on my salmon. I always boil off the alcohol first because I want the flavor of the bourbon. I don't want the actual alcohol. Do you notice anything from that? Mike Z, major bacon burgers. Got to be honest, they were amazing. Only thing I did differently was add some additional bacon grease to the meat mix. Nice smoke flavor and juicy as heck. So, Mike, I will tell you right now, if anybody asks me to this day, what shocked you the most or what impressed you the most when it came to like getting into smoking, I had high expectations for ribs. I had high expectations for brisket and pork shoulder and like your traditional barbecue things. But the first time that I made those smoked burgers, and I know which recipe you're talking about, the nice thick ones where I do like the cross of bacon over the top, and I smoke them at low temp and then sear them, crank the temperature up at the end. Those burgers changed uh, my life. I will tell you right now that that hit me so hard because here I had these high expectations of ribs and brisket and everything, and I was just making burgers. I was smoking a burger. I had no clue at how much smoke and how much flavor would be introduced to a burger. I had no idea. And to the point where they were so good and changed me that I wasn't enjoying burgers anywhere else. Now I've been toying around with some other recipes. I talked about it earlier in my live stream. I have a smash burger recipe right now that I've been working on for 3 months that is incredible, like absolutely incredible, which I'll be sharing here soon. Um, John, I have the exact Lodge griddle. I put it directly on the Weber gassers. Gets up to 900 degrees. Yeah, that Lodge griddle is pretty nice, pretty inexpensive too. I think, in fact, if you go back, shoot, I have a reverse sear ribeye video. I used it in that one. It was on my Pit Boss vertical smoker that I did a sear on that griddle in the smoker. I probably have a link to that griddle in the description on that one. Do you rest a steak when you're doing a reverse sear? If so, how long? Um, I usually don't time it, but I do rest them. I rest almost all of my food for several reasons. I have a tendency, and I don't know if it's my body type or what it is, but when it's time to eat, it's time to eat. And I have a tendency of digging into food that is way too hot and burning my mouth. So whenever something comes off the grill, I find something to do, whether it's shut the grill down, clean up my mess, um, bring in the cutting boards, whatever the case may be. I find something to do for a couple minutes to let it cool because I'll dive in and burn my mouth. In fact, when I take when I'm filming for my videos, when I finish up and I'm about to end the video and I'm going to do my taste test at the very end, what you don't see, and one of these days I will do a behind the scenes and we'll work through some of the process and what's going through my head as I'm filming. Um, but what you don't see is I pull things off the grill and I stage them on a cutting board or whatever I'm going to do for the picture. And I will take 5 minutes or more to set everything up and take pictures. And I might take 20 pictures, 30 pictures to get what I'm looking for. And usually by then I get the camera back on the tripod, get things back ready to be videotaped and in position. By then, put gloves on, whatever the case may be. By then, it's usually good. When I'm cooking for myself, I would say I rest my steaks for like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll usually just take a piece of foil and drape it over the top. Um, and I'll let them rest while I'm getting plates out, while I'm shutting the grill down, or whatever the case may be. But 5 to 10 minutes to answer your question. Do you recommend trimming the fat cap on lamb if it's too much? Brisket is the only thing that I really truly trim the fat cap. I will trim a little bit on a pork shoulder, but only if it's like overhanging. If it's a small chunk that's kind of off to the side or flapping around, I'll do that because it's just going to end up burning. But I would much rather trim fat off at the end or remove fat at the end because the fat creates flavor. I guess if it's excessive, maybe I would trim it, but other than a brisket, that's the only thing that I'm legitimately trimming. Um, Paul Cunningham, never tried lamb. Some reverse seared lamb chops are incredible. I've got a video on it, and it's something that I've done several times. I don't video everything that I cook. I just don't have time to get everything set up. Like I wish you saw my kitchen right now. I've got light. I've got light. I've got a little stand here with my laptop. I've got my wireless mic plugged in. I've got all this stuff, and this is just for a live stream. When I've got my cameras rolling outside, I've got another camera. I've got bunch of stuff. So I don't record everything, but some reverse seared lamb chops, good stuff. Bobby, lamb fat renders super well. I trust you on that. I trust you on that. I've never really had like a legitimately fatty lamb cut, so I couldn't speak to that in all honesty. So I will trust Bobby, one of my channel members. Let's see. See, we still got 36 people in here. We've got 4 new channel members tonight. I do appreciate everyone who has joined. Don't forget that there is a new video that is only available right now to channel members. That and priority comments are 2 of the biggest reasons why you should consider becoming a channel member. It's $1.99 a month. I don't charge a lot for that. Backspacer 77. Who do you follow in the cooking world? So you're going to get me in trouble with that question, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think everybody has their specialty. I think when it comes to traditional barbecue, there's a few people that I trust a lot, and that is Jeremy Yoder with Mad Scientist Barbecue. I've met him, spent a few days with him in Utah. Cool guy, super cool guy, and he's super smart when it comes to like the science and things of barbecue. Brad Robinson from Chud's Barbecue, also met him in Utah. But prior to doing that, Brad is a legitimate pit master. So he knows so much about barbecue. Whenever he talked, we actually shared a house in Utah. I listened because he speaks with such wisdom when it comes to cooking, that I always listen whenever he had something to say. I follow Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue. I like Joe. He's got some good videos. He's got some great ideas, and he makes some legitimate barbecue. I also follow Darren from Ash Kickin' Barbecue. If you don't follow Ash Kickin' Barbecue, him and I have very similar channels in terms of size. He took off this summer. He had a couple videos that blew up. But him and I started around the same time when we were like neck and neck. Talked to Darren from time to time. In fact, we were talking today a little bit. But he is a competition cook, and he has been killing it in the competition circuit. And he is got a lot of insight on that kind of stuff. Let me think here. Who else do I follow? So I follow Guga, and I followed Guga prior to meeting him and collabing with him. He is legitimately, he is a great cook. He knows a ton of stuff about food. His food experiments themselves, they don't always like translate to what I do, but there are things that I bounce off of him. And he's been very responsive, and he's a very cool guy to work with. But at the same time, he's very knowledgeable. So even if like today he posted a video where he cooked an entire chicken in Coca-Cola, like boiled it in Coca-Cola, like I will never use that personally, but like some of the tips and the things that he talks about, because he is such a professional, I will take the things that he talks about and try and translate that and resonate that to what I do. I'm trying to think who else like I legitimately follow. Dead Broke Barbecue. He's one. I've been friends with Jeff Rice or Ricer, as most people know him, since pretty much the beginning. And we talk. We haven't talked a ton lately, just because we've both been super busy with things. But there was a time when Jeff and I talked every single day. every single day legitimately on the phone. And we've learned a lot from each other. And he's a legitimate cook as well. And I've always learned great things from him as well. Um, Raymond, I have seen that too, where they put bacon grease or fat like onto the coals for flavor. I could that's a very interesting thing. I guess my only fear would be um, for things to catch fire, and just because of the grease. But in general, I have seen that as well. Uh, Let me see here. Eric Anderson, you're asking about lamb chops. I like to use a steak, something that I would use on steaks that pairs very well with lamb chops. I've used things that had like a little bit of kick or added a little bit of red pepper flakes. Just me personally, I really enjoyed that. But I think a good steak rub. I know that a lot of people will use like a mint with lamb, but it just doesn't translate to barbecue in the way that I was preparing it. So I've always kind of treated them like steak. I think the one rub that I used, it was called O Canada, which was a steak rub from Spiceology. That was great on lamb chops. I loved it, and that had a little bit of a kick as well. Let me see. 1032. He's trying to keep a straight face. You talking about when I'm talking about other YouTubers? No, I'm being honest. There are a ton out there, and to be honest with you, when I do some research and when I've got an idea, I like to see who's done it, if anyone has done it. Um, I like to learn from other people, so I do watch. I do watch people. Hey Grill, hey Susie Bullock. She's also a great resource when it comes to like backyard barbecue. She's got a ton of recipes, and she's got a legitimate operation over there. Trying to think, who else am I watching a lot of? Let me see. What exactly? Oh, in the cooking world. One person that is like a legitimate professional is Gordon Ramsay. I watch Gordon Ramsay for entertainment. I think the dude is hilarious. His show, and I can't think of the name of it, but where he would go into restaurants and order things off their menu and then storm in their kitchen and tell them that they're garbage. I love that. I don't know why. I absolutely love that, and I love his personality, even if he comes off uh, as as an a-hole, from time to time. I love Gordon though. Of the ones that you mentioned, Chuds is the most informative channel. It really depends on what you're looking for. So everybody has their style. Like I mentioned with Jeremy, he takes a scientific approach. He was a science teacher, if you didn't know that. So he has that aspect that is him when he's on camera. I'm an engineer, so I try to be thorough, and just the way that I conduct myself is very procedural. I think that translates to the camera, and that's kind of what my stick is. Um, Brad is a legitimate pitmaster. He is hands down, and he knows barbecue, and he's a fun and funny guy. Um, so he's got this kind of a bro, but not like a bad bro. He's got this like bro feel vibe to him where you just want to have a beer with him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that is like some of the most fun that I've had this year. When we were in Utah, um, the second night, so it was the day we did all our content creating, we were at the resort and they had this outdoor bar. And me and my cameraman and Jeremy Yoder and Brad from Chud's Barbecue, we were out there to the point where the bar handed us beer, like a 12 pack of beer. And it might have been multiple. I don't remember, but I know for sure at least a 12 pack of beer, and told us to go home. So we took the beer, went back to our Airbnb, which was on the resort, and ourselves, the four of us, and I think one of the guys from Kingsford Charcoal, who was also that I shared a house with. The five of us sat down and talked in our kitchen and drank beer till like 1 or 2 in the morning. It was pretty sweet. He's a fun guy to be around, though. Tony, how do I become a channel member? So there is a button that's near the subscribe button that says join. When you click join, that starts the membership process. $1.99, you get priority comments and you get early access to the videos, which I have one in there right now for channel members only. Yeah, 1032, take this beer and go away. They handed us this 12-pack of beer and killed the lights. And I'm going to tell you, if you go back and watch my collab with Guga, you'll see we had drone shots. My cameraman brought his drone, and he had drone shots of this this area, this venue that we were at. And when they killed the lights, we were literally in the desert, and it was pitch black to the point where we were using our cell phones to find our way back. They were like, take this beer and go home, and killed the lights, and it was pitch black. It was hilarious. I see Malcolm Reed. Have you ever watched Malcolm Reed? So I do watch Malcolm. In fact, I think Malcolm is one of the people that inspired me to get started with barbecue, like way before my channel. He's got this, he's just got this good vibe that you trust what he has to say. I think he's a pit master as well. Obviously, he's award-winning. He's got a great following, and he's got some great tips and things to share. The one thing that lately I have noticed, and it's just me personally, is, and I say this and I've got videos out there with it, but there's been some recipes that I legit question only because of the contents that are in the recipe. He made a bacon dip, and I don't remember exactly what it was in it, but it was like bacon and cream cheese and cheddar cheese and maybe like sour cream and something else. And he was putting whole sticks of butter in it. And I thought to myself, based off the contents of the dip, and this is no knock at him, it might have been freaking delicious. I couldn't figure out what the butter was for because I felt like it didn't add anything to the recipe, and it just really, truly made it a heart attack in a bowl. And I've been trying to stay away from some of those types of recipes. And with competition barbecue, it's a very true statement. If you don't watch a lot of competition stuff, butter is used pretty heavily in some competition barbecue, whether that's butter bath competition chicken thighs, whether you're using it in your 3-2, I'm going to say 3-2-1 ribs. Competition guys aren't exactly doing 3-2-1 ribs, but in a lot of cases, they're using butter. And I've been trying to stay away from some of that stuff. But yeah, Malcolm is a very knowledgeable guy, and he knows barbecue. He really, truly does. Paul Cunningham. Yeah, and that's kind of when I said he's kind of got that bro feeling to it, that bro vibe. He is kind of in your face, but in my personal opinion, and it's not just because I know him, it feels like welcoming. Like he just feels like a fun guy to be around. But he does have a style that is different than others. And I could see like for some where that might not be what you're looking for. Mike Z, welcome to the club. Thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. All right, so we are looking at 10:17. I'm going to say let's cut this off at 10:30. That'll be a 2-hour live stream, which is longer than I'd planned, but I've been having a good time. I've been enjoying the interaction with everybody. Once again, if you just joined, the purpose of this was to obviously sit down and talk. I wanted to interact with people. It's a lot of fun answering questions and just, working together on this and working off of each other. But to update on the giveaway, Camp Chef is paying for the shipping. They were very grateful of everything that was going on, and they're ready to welcome one of you to the Camp Chef family, and they're going to be covering the shipping. So I wanted to make sure that I got on here and publicly stated that Camp Chef was taking care of the shipping. And I also wanted to remind everyone that tomorrow night, so the Thursday, August 4th at 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the giveaway ends. No more entries at 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't miss out. Maximize your entries. I will put a link right here into the live stream chat. It's also in my description. Be sure to enter. Be sure to enter. Don't miss out. Bobby, it was a beautiful desert location. When I got there and I saw what it looked like, it was incredible. Like the red rocks, and we were on a resort. It was called Sand Hollow Resort, and they're like one of the top public golf courses in the state of Utah, and it's on this resort, and it was just super cool. And we stayed on the resort in Airbnbs, and it was just an awesome experience. Like our house was shaped like a square, and the center, like a donut per se, like the donut hole was open air, so you could like go out onto the patio in the center of the house, and there were windows all the way around, and there was an in-ground pool with like a power retractable cover. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like that. So it was just a super cool experience out there. Fat Tony, yo, what's going on, man? (10:32) and the lights went out. Did Brad do anything? No, no. We all kind of laughed about the situation, to be honest with you, and it was pretty funny. And we all just went back to our house. It was me, a guy from Kingsford, my cameraman, and Brad. We all shared a house, and Jeremy came and hung out with us and drank the beer that the resort gave us and told us to go home with. Let me see. We've got 10 minutes left. Be sure to get your questions in if you have them. I'm scrolling back through to see if there's anything that I've missed. Is there a certain rub or brand that you prefer? Seems like Meat Church has the hobby locked down. You know, when it comes to like rubs, the one thing that I think is hard to replicate in many cases are kind of the sweeter ones. So I do like Suckle Busters. I like Meat Church. PS Seasoning has some legit seasoning. Spiceology has some great ones. You have to do your research because they have such a wide variety of blends. They've got some really good ones, but they get a lot. I'm trying to think what else that I have had as of recently. I actually have some right now from Grillaholics. So they started out their journey into the barbecue community as like selling grilling accessories. So bristle-free brushes, nylon brushes, and other grilling gadgets and tools. And sorry, my dog walked in. I was seeing what he was up to. Come here, buddy. They have an SPGB. So for those of you who don't know, SPG stands for salt, pepper, garlic, but they actually have butter in there as well. And on a steak, it's some pretty legit stuff. And they also have a new rub that is a poultry or chicken rub that is really good. I've been enjoying that quite a bit. And those are, when I say basic, they're not too crazy in terms of, what they've got in there. I would honestly say, in terms of rubs, chicken and pork are the two things that I usually seek out other rubs. And Suckle Busters and Meat Church are probably my two go-tos, as well as PS Seasoning. Let me get in here. Let me see here. They're subhuman. Big Mike. I don't think that that's cool, man. I think I think it's time to chill. Thanks for all the tips with smoking on a pit boss. Man, you must be watching some of my old stuff. Now, I will tell you that the recipes and the techniques that I use will translate to pretty much any grill because we're looking just temperatures and recipes. So it doesn't matter what you're cooking with. You can take any of my recipes and you should be able to replicate it on whatever smoke or grill you're running. Um, Paul Cunningham, how do I become a member on mobile? Didn't want to be confused. Don't want to be confused, granddad, but I'm now beer 24 and can't find it. So if you hold your phone vertically, you should be able to see uh, the join button. Let me see here. If you are holding it vertically, ooh, I'm not seeing it here, and it's probably because I'm logged in as myself. But you should be able to see it. There's a join button, and that is where you would see that. Mike Z, I'm a big fan of both smoked and deep fried turkey. What are your thoughts on starting a bird on a low temp smoke and finishing in the deep fryer? Smoke a fried. That's kind of a term that I've heard for that, smoked then fried. I just did that actually with some wings. I didn't necessarily deep fry them, but I kind of fried them on a cast iron skillet after I smoked them just to give them a little crisp and char, and they were incredible. I've heard people doing with that with a turkey, and I think that that would be awesome. One of the struggles when it comes to poultry is getting the smoke flavor and getting the skin doneness that you're looking for, which for most people is like a crispy skin. And you know, the higher temperature that you run on your smoker, the less smoke that you're going to get. So running at a low temperature and then frying it to finish it off actually is probably a pretty good idea. I know people have done it. I don't have a turkey fryer, partially by choice. My grandma's neighbor burnt their house down with one when I was probably, I think it was in high school. So I was probably like 15, 16 years old. And we physically watched the house burn down. We were over there when it happened. And it was definitely user error that caused that. And, you know, with taking the proper precautions, they're relatively safe, but there's still always that risk. So I don't personally have a turkey fryer. Uh, I think because I'm traumatized from watching someone's house burn down. Literally, the entire house went down. 1032, solid live stream, Andrew. Glad I tuned in. Cheers, bud. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being active in the chat. Backspacer, I don't know what that was all about, but that's why I shut Big Mike down. I don't know what that's about. I don't appreciate that one bit. I want everybody who's in my live chat and live stream and comment section of my videos or Facebook comments or anything to feel comfortable with being there, and that was inappropriate. So I don't condone that behavior. Andrew Hoffman, appreciate your videos and all your responses in the comments and Facebook. Are you still enjoying the Gravity 980? Yeah, the Gravity 980 is a good grill. It is. And I did a comparison between it and the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800 recently, and it was a very, very, very close race. And it was mainly because what made it so close was where one lacked something, size, for example, the other one made up for it. And so it was a very hard decision, but I think inevitably for me, it came down to the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800 because I feel like I had a better run time with the temperatures. Because if you go back to some of my old Gravity 980 videos, they do things a little differently with a temperature offset. And if you see mine in my video where I compare it, I take my finger and I push the Gravity 980 and the whole thing like sways and bows. And people have told me mine doesn't do that. Mine doesn't do that. You obviously have loose legs or whatever. Everything was tight. So I don't know if they changed something with the design, if a bracket was added or something like that. I've had that one since pretty early on. I don't know. I can only go based off of the one that I have and the experiences that I've had. But it cooks good food, and I appreciate the size. It really, truly gives you a lot of ability with that one. Let's see. Backspacer just bought the Masterbuilt Gravity 800 for $497 at Walmart, and it's been great so far. One griddle cook in. $497 is a great, great, great deal on the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800. It's a great cooker. still my fear with that grill and a lot of grills in those price ranges is longevity. I keep all of my grills in the garage, so they're really not exposed to the elements. And I think for me, that will allow me to enjoy them for a lot longer. With some of the grills, they have thinner metals and things like that. If they were out into the open air and the elements, it might change things a little bit. I don't know. I can only go off of my experience, but I really do enjoy that. Bobby, I agree. No room for hate. So that is that's why we are where we are. I'll try and find the join button tomorrow. I'm assuming user error because the user is waster. I'm assuming you meant wasted. um, Rob Larkin, hey buddy, good to see you in here. I am up to 15, and I'm getting a 16th this weekend, and then I know for certain of two more that I will likely endeavor. So I'll probably be up to 18 if I don't do something here soon. Andrew Hoffman, go to rub. Honestly, for me, I do a lot of manual rubs. Salt, pepper, garlic is probably my go-to. The rub that I've been using on my briskets and pork shoulder, which is basically a salt, pepper, garlic, but it's a certain blend of things. I really, truly enjoy that. And I've been putting that recipe in my description, and is actually one of the rubs that I will be packaging up later this year. Tony, thanks for joining. Matthew White, I'm late to the party. Did you break into the beautiful bourbon stash tonight? Yes, I had. This is my second one. It's hard to talk and drink. I had a Woodsford doubled oak. I'm gonna go back here and back into the lights. I had some Woodford doubled oak, and I had some of the Bardstown Discovery Series. That's what I've got in my glass right now. But yes, I did break into those. Matt, thanks for being a channel member. I appreciate that. Let me see. I said I was going to cut this off at around 10:30. Oh, Rob Larkin. Hey, buddy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Those who have just joined Super Fandom or have just become channel members, there is a video right now that is available only to channel members. You also get priority comments. So anytime you comment, you will physically get a response from me. 100%. What do you think of lemon pepper? I like lemon pepper on fish and chicken. I don't know that lemon really pairs with a lot of other things personally for me, but fish and chicken, I think it goes pretty well, especially like a chicken breast, but definitely fish. Let's see, John Hall, that's a steal for the 980. I found Anderson Smoke Show because of the Gravity 980 assembly video. I have a lot of people that have become subscribers and possibly even channel members now because of my assembly videos. I have done assemblies on grills and not done videos, and it's by choice. Like I did not do one on the Camp Chef Apex. I did record it, but I made the decision not to release it because Camp Chef did a phenomenal job with their assembly video. So I felt that I didn't know what I would have to add. Their assembly video was thorough. It was quick. I will tell you that's one of the hardest things to do with an assembly video is try to keep time in mind as you're editing it and then still capture everything. Because at the end, I have two cameras running with 2.5 hours of footage that I try to condense into 20 minutes or less. And it's very, very, very difficult. And they are incredibly, incredibly painful to edit. If you think assembling a grill is fun, imagine assembling it, and then watching you assemble it 3 or 4 more times as you edit, it's not fun. Fat Tony, hey man, thanks again. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The super chat. Cheers, buddy. And screw Big Mike. That was not cool. All right. All right, here. Well, let me see, 10:34. I am going till 10:45. That gives us 11 more minutes. I feel like we're still active in here. Still have 31 people in here. But at 10:45, I'm cutting it off because I need to go to bed. Got a gym. I got a date at the gym at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So I need to go to bed. Here's to screw Big Mike. Cheers. I'll drink to that. Not cool, man. Not you, backspacer. Big Mike. So, Gorilla Joe's barbecue. Just tuning in. What did you miss? Well, pretty straightforward conversation tonight. We talked a lot, but the update is that Camp Chef is covering the shipping costs on the giveaway. The product is all still in my garage, but they will get me shipping labels once we determine who the winner is and get all of that information. And we will work together to arrange for a pickup for the shipping company to get the packages from my house and get them to the winner. Paul Cunningham, the amount of times I've said I'm cutting it off at 10:45 is hilarious. Paul, I'm with you, man. I legit have to cut off at 10:45. I've really enjoyed this, and maybe I should have started at 8. But yes. Backspacer. No, I am not on iOS 16 beta. I typically don't involve myself with betas too often. I haven't had good luck with any of them, even with its just app. I can't remember. I was on somebody's app development before. I can't remember who it was, but I didn't have great experience. Yeah. So, what? Any closing thoughts? I think you got to stay live until Paul passes out. I don't know if there's any way for us to know that. Paul. Oh man. Last I saw Paul was 24 deep. That's a lot of beer for a Wednesday. But I don't blame you. This week has been a rough one. Mike Z, just one more drink. Any plans for doing more live videos? Yeah, so it's actually a conversation that we had earlier in the live stream. I enjoy doing this, and it's fun, and I feel like it's a good way for us to interact. So I am going to likely be experimenting with doing a live stream on some form of a cadence. I don't think it'll be any more frequently than bi-weekly, but I would like to think that it'll probably be more like a monthly. Just like one of the suggestions in the live chat, I think it was from 1032. That was a subscriber in here. His channel name's 1032. And I believe it was him. I'm sorry if it wasn't. Was that by doing it monthly, you or I would likely have more things to talk about, and it wouldn't drag on where I'm like hunting and rooting for conversation. Yep. Paul, I appreciate you joining. It has not been a great week. It has not been a great week for me either. It's been a rough few weeks, honestly. The day that I did my live stream for the giveaway, so like 2 weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago today, my grandfather passed away, completely unexpected. And if you saw that live stream, you know that my mom passed away earlier this year too. And so it's just been a whirlwind of the last 3 months. And both of them were unexpected. And it has been a rough few weeks. So getting together like this with everyone tonight has been good. Gorilla Joe talking about live streams, doing some more. Uh, that's definitely an option. Definitely an option. How long have you been doing your channel so far? I'm sorry that I don't know the answer to that, but how long have you been running your channel? I appreciate the condolences that everyone has been sending. I appreciate that. Waiting for Gorilla Joe's response there. I'll tell you that for me, I hit the requirements for monetizing. It was May 5th of 2020. And I started my channel October 21st of 2019. So that was like, going around 7 months ish. It was it was pretty good. And I know, Joe, we talked about it in my previous live stream. I see that you just started in March. So, focus on doing things that are popular, and especially come next spring, literally be listening. You see what grills are coming out, what makes the most sense. If you really truly want to grow, try and find something that is going to be the next hot commodity. Masterbuilt Gravity Series for me, the 560, my channel exploded when I got that. But I got it pretty close to when it came out, and it made a whirlwind of difference. Alex, when does the giveaway open up? It has been open for nearly 2 weeks. In fact, we are talking about the giveaway because it's closing tomorrow night. I just put a link in the chat. Tomorrow night at 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is August 4th, Thursday, August 4th at 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The giveaway is closed. No more entries at that point. So be sure to take the time, enter, maximize your entries so that you have the best odds of winning. And I'll tell you now, since we're talking giveaway, and I will cut off at 10:45 for certain. I am looking right now at my giveaway statistics. So I'm going to tell you right now, participant-wise. So these are the number of people, not the number of entries, but the number of individuals that are currently in the giveaway is 903. 903 unique users have signed up for the giveaway, which is cool. I personally thought it was going to be a little bit more, which I'm not disappointed by any means. I think that makes it a little bit more intimate. And to be honest with you, your odds of winning have increased based off of what my forecast was. I figured it would be between 1,000 and 2,000 entries. And honestly, we still have some time to gain that other 98 to put us in that range. But we have a total of 3,000, and I'm checking. I'm going to refresh my page just to see. We have a total of 3,026 entries. So that means you as an individual have the ability to get up to 9 total entries by completing all of the tasks. Right now, there are only 3,026 entries or tickets in the pool that I will be choosing from. So don't miss out. Maximize your entries. I will be drawing tomorrow evening after the giveaway has ended. We will not be doing it live, but I will be recording my actions so that you can see and that I can post down the road the actual results of the giveaway. I will post it in terms of like announcing who the winner is, but not until I verify that they have actually won. Fat Tony, can people from Canada win? Fat Tony, I am sorry. When I started this giveaway, I limited it to the lower 48 states of the United States, and that was because of shipping concerns. Camp Chef has stepped in, and they are going to be covering the shipping costs. Um, but because of the way that the giveaway was structured from the get-go, I can't change the rules of the entry. So I do apologize for those of you who are um, outside of the scope of the giveaway. I promise you that I will have some cool things coming up in the near future for those of you, for everyone, that it will be available to everyone regardless of where you are located. So once again, I apologize, but if you think about logistics and what I would have to deal with trying to ship things internationally, which I've done for work before. Last year, I had to send packages to 19 different countries. I work in an engineering environment, and I had hardware that I was responsible for that I had to ship all over to our other offices. And the dealing with customs and stuff like that, and what's allowed and what's not, was very, very, very painful. So for me personally, it was easy to say lower 48 because I knew that it was a project that I could manage. Let me see. My bad, time flies. I was just there when you did your original video, just never got to it. Okay. Once again, here's the link for those of you who have not joined. Joe, if you see something that's going to be popping off, let your channel members know beforehand. I think that's something that I could do. I'm here to share the wealth. So if I see something, I'll let you know. I watch TikTok a lot. I follow a lot of cooking stuff on TikTok, or at least the algorithm makes me follow a lot of stuff on TikTok, cooking wise. I've got a smoked Mexican street corn dip I filmed this weekend. It was freaking phenomenal. I took it to a party, and I'm not even joking, in 10 minutes, it was pretty much gone. That might be something that could be big. I know last summer or 2 summers ago, smoked queso blew up. So I'm going to be doing the smoked Mexican street corn dip. I'm assuming that video will probably be my video for next week. But that's something to think about. TikTok is a great place for that. Alex, are you on a private browser? I don't know. I would try that. I would try a different browser. I would try a desktop. I know that anyone who's had issues with their mobile device, they have resolved it by using using a computer if they can, or another device. Yeah, Gorilla Joe, when it comes to buying equipment, it's an investment. The Masterbuilt Gravity Series cost me $500, and I can tell you right now, the money that I have made from just the assembly video has more than paid for the grill. And then any of the stuff that I've cooked on it, I mean, I've got a baby back ribs video on that with 130,000 views. It's definitely paid for itself. So once you get to that point where you're making money, it's just an investment. Just like I'm getting a 55-gallon Gateway drum smoker this weekend, or later this week or this weekend. Expensive smokers, but it's an investment because I know that you get 1 or 2 good videos on that and it'll pay for itself. Maybe we can do more shots next time. Bob Hoots, they're it's 10:46. Paul, I saw that. I know I'm going to be closing right now. I'm going to answer Bob Hoots' comment. Paul is telling you it's bedtime. It is. It is. It is. I need to close shop. But Bob, there was a live stream every Thursday night called The Hot Seat. The CJ and Kent, I don't know if Kent is still in here, Daddy Dutch Barbecue, they used to do super chats for super shots, and they would set a dollar value, and if you paid a super chat, they would do a shot. And so they would say like $5 or $10, and every time somebody would donate the $5 or $10, they would do a shot. And I'm sure there were some nights that they got pretty ripped, and I'm sure Friday mornings were not fun for them. But there might be something in the future we do. Maybe to celebrate something, we'll do super chats for super shots. Uh, it might be tough for me sometimes, but yeah. Thanks for being a great host. Yeah, go to bed so I can go to bed. Yes. All right, everybody. I appreciate everyone sticking around this entire night. We had a great turnout. Also had a great turnout for the giveaway. It's not over yet, but it'll be over tomorrow night. If you did not like the live stream yet, be sure to like it. I appreciate everyone, all of my channel members that were in there tonight. I appreciate the super chats. I also appreciate those who joined as a channel member this evening through the live chat or through the live stream. I appreciate that. Appreciate everything. And that's why we're doing this giveaway, to give back to you guys. You make this fun. You make this a family, a community. And it's really, truly an honor to be involved with this. So thanks again. Yeah, Bobby, I've spent way too much money on super chats. Yeah. I've watched some of those, and those guys, I don't know how they woke up on Friday mornings because they were ripping shots. But when you set the bar, you got to stick up. You got to stick with it. So I don't know. That's something I have to think about. But thanks again, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and get out there and cook something good. Appreciate it.